You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast. Hey yo, what up, family? Welcome back to the Vitalize Podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black. And yes, I said that emphatically because I'm excited, elated, and ecstatic. Look at that, another E-word I added to the fold to let you know how excited that I am to be in your presence today. Woo! Some of y'all are like, what in the absolute world is happening? And Black Speaks is happening. That's what's happening. Don't adjust your dials, or maybe do whatever you need to do in order to make sure that you can tap in and sustain this. I hope you're not listening to this at bedtime. Maybe you listen to this in the morning. The best way to start your day is to let me be your coffee. I once said, let me be your spinach, like my man's Popeye. Whatever the case, I just want to be able to look out for you, take care of you, and help you live your best life. So, if you're here for the very first time, no such thing as a second-time guest. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. If you're here for the very first time, no such thing as a second-time guest. You are welcome. Your family here now. Seriously, I don't have followers. I don't have fans. Only family. So if you fit into that community, you are family now. And next time you sit back, you continue to pull up a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Whether you're a note-taking type, you might want to get your pens and pads out. And whatever the case, I'm just happy to continue building, equipping, developing human beings to live their best life. This podcast, Vitalize, is all about giving life. So I talk about, there's no box. I refuse to be boxed in. Talk about whatever topic is near and dear to my heart. I just do it in a life-giving manner. So Vitalize means to give life to. So I can promise you that as a result of this time you're spending here, you will be encouraged, you will be inspired, you will be equipped, and you'll be ready to go live your best life. So I promise to never waste your time. You ain't got to worry about that. Just tap in with me, and I promise you're going to enjoy this. So today, listen, this is what I need to know. I need to know by show of hands. Raise your hand, hands in the air. How many people do I have in the building that's speakers? Where my speakers at? I'm talking about people that got something to say. I'm talking, maybe you're not a motivational speaker. Maybe you're not a public speaker by trade, but I mean, you got something to say. There's a message in your heart dying to get out. Maybe it's in the form of a talk. Maybe it's in the form of speaking. Maybe it's in the form of a speech. Maybe it's in the form of a book. Maybe, just maybe, it's just in the form of a product, a line, a clothing brand. Whatever it is, you have a message of hope that you want to get out to the world. You want to help a hurting world by solving a problem, but you don't know exactly how to do that. Well, guess what? You came to the right place today because yours truly has made a living mastering my message and helping others master their message. So this is a version of teaching that I often do with many of my clients, several of whom who pay premium price so that they can really take their careers to the next level. Listen, shameless plug, if you are looking to take your career to the next level and you just need a little help, you just need a little guidance, you need a little wisdom, little advice from somebody that's built it, holler at your boy, man. Send me a DM on Instagram at mblackspeaks. Go find me, send it. I would be happy to help you. If you're not in that position right now, no worries, make me know, never mind, don't worry about it. I'm going to give you a lot today. And matter of fact, most people feel like I give away too much. Why are you giving all of that? Don't worry about what I give. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's because it's in my heart. And here's what I know. Like, I could give you the information all day. Don't mean you're going to go do it. I'm going to give it because I have a giving heart. I'm generous. But guess what? Information is free. You can Google it. You can Google all the things I'm going to teach you. Now, Google might get a little lost in the sauce and confuse you because it's telling you 4 different ways. I'm going to tell you a method that's worked well for me and my clients. So I got that. I got it on lock. But nevertheless, make me know, never mind. I want you to understand that it is about the execution. It is about the accountability that makes dreams a reality. But for the people who have always wanted to know how to do that, or even how I got started, I'm happy to share a little bit about this with you. So listen, let me zoom out and then I'll zoom in. I'm going to zoom out and give you a 30,000 foot view. Then I'll zoom in and get into the weeds a little bit. Get it? Got it? Good. Sounds good? Okay. If you're going to do anything in this world, it starts by building a strong personal brand. That is a strong personal brand. What is a personal brand? What is that even? Why does that matter? Man, branding is everything. Whether you know it or not, you are a personal brand. And the better and the stronger your personal brand becomes, the greater impact you have on the world. And it really comes down to how strong your messaging is, right? So within your brand, there's all kinds of pillars. There's images. Matter of fact, one of the strongest brands here in old Oklahoma is Group Fly. You see it on the hat, Group Fly. Vernon Dees, man's incredible. He literally has outfitted many Thunder players over the years. He is the image of the streets as far as streetwear is concerned, urban attire. Like, I mean, just like if you in the streetwear and some of y'all like, oh my goodness, but I'm not street. No, that's not what streetwear is. It's like athletic attire, like joggers, jackets, graphic tees, hats. I mean, Group Fly is it. Strong brand. People know when they see that logo, they know what that is. They know what it means. He's built a personal brand that precedes him. Many of you can see a swoosh. If I just say the word swoosh, you can see it in your head. You already know what that means. You know that means Nike. Some of you guys, if I talk about that 3-stripe life, Adidas, you all about it, all for it, right? If I talk about the golden arches, it's funny because I'm not even actually saying the logo, but you know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm talking about McDonald's. If I say eat more chicken, you know what I'm talking about. All that's branding. It's all personal brand. But these guys aren't just selling you products. And some of you, that's the problem. You get on the internet, you drop a product and think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you ready for everybody to just jump and buy, and nobody's buy. And you sound like NSYNC, buy. It's not working. What is this? And it's not working because you haven't built the brand around the message. So that's one of the things that's uber important is for you to get clarity on what is the brand. What is it? What is the brand? Why is the brand? What is the brand? Why is the brand? Why does it exist? What is it for? What problem does it solve? Who does it help? Well, I know with my brand, Vitalize is to give life to. M Black Speaks is Mr. Because You Can. It's on my body. That's how you know it's real. This is as deep inside of me, entrenched in the way that I function in the world. I'm letting everybody know there's people who I wanted to flood you so hard with Because You Can that you will never see those words again without hearing them in my voice. Anytime you see Because You Can, you think of me. Mr. Because You Can. How does that work? Branding. I'm building a brand around the message. So you got to build a brand around your message. Focus on your personal brand. That includes your graphics. That includes your images. That includes your logos. That includes your colors. This is my brand color. Shout out to Vitalize Blue, baby. Vitalize Blue in the background. Black, blue, color palette for M Black Speaks. It's also on my wrist. You see it. Some of y'all are like, what is he talking about? See it. If you didn't know, this visual is available for you and it's on YouTube. So you can go search Vitalize Podcast on YouTube. You can see me in living color. Check it out, man. And hit the subscribe while you're at it, man. YouTube's growing, and we haven't really even poured fire on it yet, but it's growing. It's grown significantly over the course of the last 6 months. Grateful for that. Grateful for those of you who have tapped in with that community. Important. Colors, brand colors, words, fonts, all those things matter. And then you just flood it and you flood it and you flood it. Now, here's what separates a brand from a great brand. A brand, and the difference between a brand and a great brand is the story you tell through the brand. The stories are what make a brand go and what make a brand sell. So when I think of my own self and my own brand, it's not just because I put a shirt on the internet that people buy it. It's the story behind the shirt. My first ever shirt, I made thousands of dollars on a pre-sale that I dropped. Shirt said, "Together We Can," in the official M Black Speaks colors and the official M Black Speaks font, which is half heart. Y'all didn't even know that. See, I'm telling y'all, man, it's intentional. But it wasn't just because I dropped the shirt that people are eager to buy the shirt. I dropped the shirt after George Floyd died, and the world and every media pundit was telling us that if you don't look like me, if your skin isn't melanated like mine, you're my enemy. If you are behind the blue line, you are my enemy. If you're an officer, you're my enemy. If you're white, you're my enemy. If you're not a person of color, you're my enemy. All this stuff. And I call BS. I am just going to say it. I did. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that. So instead of listening to the division and the hatred and the people that are driving this division to make us be at each other's throats, I made a shirt and said, listen, I know the world is wanting us to focus on our differences, but we got a lot more alike than we do. We have a lot more in common than we do that separates us. There's way more that connects us, more important that connects us than what divides us. So what if, instead of focusing on that divisiveness, whatever they want us to focus on, what if we chose to focus on unity? What if we chose to focus on togetherness? What if we chose to focus on community? What if we banded together and became community and cared for one another and supported one another and built a world that all of our grandkids, we'd be proud for them to live in? What if? And I'm about building that world. Will you join me? Together we can. Boom, dropped the shirt, sold 100 shirts, easy. At $30. Whoa, happened so fast. I'm like, dang, I made some money out of this shirt. But I didn't do it because I made the money. It was the story that sold the shirt. And one of the things that I have gotten masterful at is how to tell that story. How to tell that story. So I share that because ultimately, what I think is you got to focus on your brand, but you also got to focus on your messaging. You got to learn your messaging, and that's what's going to separate you from everything you want and just settling for less than what you actually deserve. So this is for my people who want to be speakers. I'm going to give you some tips. But even if you don't want to be a speaker, but you want to have a business, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start a nonprofit, you want to sell a product, you want to build a shirt, a t-shirt line, a hat line, a shoe line, whatever you want to do, if you haven't mastered your message, there's no reason for people to tap in with you. What separates you from everybody else is why all your favorite content creators that you watch have taglines, opening lines, closing lines. They say the same thing. What do I say? Somebody tell me right now. I'll send somebody right now some money if you can tell me what I say. I'm telling you, first person, shoot me a DM with your Cash App or your Venmo. I'll send you some bread if you just tell me. Some of y'all think it's a game. I'll screenshot this and post it on my Instagram that I actually did it. This is how we gonna know it's real. For the first person who tell me what I say at the beginning and end of every podcast. Matter of fact, let's just juice it up a little bit. If you record yourself, you ain't gotta, now brownie points, kudos, extra points if you do it in my voice. But if you don't feel like doing it in my voice, if that's too much, you just want to say it, just say it. Say it on camera, put it on Instagram, tag me in the story. You ain't got to put it on your page, put it on your story. Tag me in the story of you saying what I always say at the beginning of every podcast. Some of y'all are like, I don't know. Some of y'all going to go back and listen to 3 and be like, oh, okay, yeah, he says it at every podcast. And what I say at the end of every podcast, I just want to see. And some of y'all already knew, like, why is he still talking? I said it 17 times. Yeah, because you know I say it every time. All your favorite creators have this. That's called branding. That's messaging, brand messaging. That's what sells. That's what it is. So, couple of things. If you are an aspiring speaker, you got to get crystal clear on what is your messaging. So this is a twofold message. I'm speaking to speakers because I'm a speaker. That's my vocation, but I'm also making this applicable to people who are non-speakers as well. So everybody can get something from this. Now, if you are a speaker, the first thing I do and I work with my speakers is we got to figure out what is your unique selling point. What is your story? What's the thing that makes you uniquely you? So even if you're selling a product, even if you're a coach consulting, you're selling a service, even if you're selling shirts, selling clothes, you still got to master your message. Why? If I can tell my story and the origin of my brand story in a clear, concise way, I can build trust. Business 101, people know, where do people buy from? People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So what is the fastest way to expedite and accelerate people knowing you, liking you, and trusting you? You build your credibility and your authority through your storytelling. And if you become masterful, you master your message and you convey it in a way they know about you. They learn your history. They learn who you are. They learn about where you came from. They learn about your pain and what you've overcome. Guess what? They learn you. They know you. Now, if you do it well, and I teach how to get the elements in, how to sneak some laughs in, how to throw a roller coaster of emotions in, how to use dynamics to tell a story to take people through an experience. Now they not only know you, they like you. And then when you say, I went through the ringer, through the mud and back, and I lost everything. And I wanted to throw in the towel, but I didn't throw in the towel. And I don't even know what possessed me to keep fighting, but I just decided to fight another day. I just decided to find another way. I just decided to put one foot in front of the other. I just decided to keep going and growing. I just decided to keep chasing the dream and pursuing with everything inside of me. And as a result of that, I found success. Not only did I find a little success, I built this connection. I formed this relationship. It opened this door. I ran through that door. I signed this deal and this contract, and I've been able to make 7 figures over the last, X amount of days. You know what that person's going to say? Oh, shoot. Now, some of y'all worry about, they're going to think I'm bragging. Man, forget that. The only person who's going to think you're bragging is a person who really feels insecure and inferior about what they haven't been able to achieve in their own life. That's not your concern. I'm not telling you that because I want you to feel insecure or inferior. I'm telling you that because I'm telling you I know what I'm talking about. And if you're willing to get what I'm giving you, if you're willing to receive and be open to what I'm teaching you, you can make it happen for you. You can do the same thing as me. Not because I'm so great. I'm telling you the way. I'm literally giving you the steps. You see what I'm saying? Now, they not only know you, not only do they like you, but you've built trust because you built credibility and authority. Anytime you hear somebody say, I made 7 figures, that's going to get somebody's attention. Why? Because they're like, wait, that's not easy. It's not easy to eclipse 7 figures in sales. Oh, how much was your actual take home? Well, a couple 100,000, multiple 6 figures. Any of y'all be okay with receiving multiple 6 figures annually? I think so. Any of y'all be okay with receiving 6 figures annually from not from your job, but from your dream that you built? I think so, right? So now they know you, they like you, they trust you. Now you have built your message. Now you master that message. And you flood the marketplace with that message again and again and again. Some of y'all know M Black Speaks wants to be the biggest hope dealer in the world. I exist to be the biggest hope dealer in the world. Matter of fact, I've been called the hurricane of hope. I'm giving everything I got to produce hope. That's what we're doing. Hope. That's what it's about. Y'all know that. So if I'm producing hope, and this is why I'm here. I'm flooding hope to the world. Every message is a message of inspiration, motivation, affirmation, the pillars of my brand. Every message is a because you can message. When the world tells you you can't, I'm telling you you can. The pillars of my brand so seamlessly flow in and out of every word that I say because it has become a part of who I am, and that's what sells. It's a conviction. Conviction sells. If you're like, man, nobody's buying, nobody's looking at me, nobody's supporting me, where's the conviction? When I say something, I'm going to say it so much with so much gumption and so much oomph with my whole heart that you have no choice but to pay me attention. You can't write it off. I'm not going to give you that option because the way that I'm saying it, this dude is saying this as if somebody's life is on the line. Guess what? Somebody's life is on the line. That's why I'm saying it like that. Your life might be on the line. I don't know that, but I'm going to give you everything I got to help be a lifeline. This is a lifeline for somebody today because somebody was throwing in the towel. Somebody was giving up. Somebody was quitting because you didn't see a way forward. You didn't see a path forward. Somebody's quitting because you think it's not working. I'm not good enough. I wasn't meant for this. I'm just going to say forget it and just give up the ghost. No, you're not. Gonna fight for your message. What is your message? Get clear on your message. Master your message. Once you master your message, now it's about what I just said. Power, passion, poise, conviction. Like all them P's, right? It's all of these things I teach, but power for sure. Power and passion, conviction, those are selling points. You know why? Because that can't be faked. I can fake information. I can come out here and any old snake oil salesman and just say a bunch of stuff with a silver tongue and make it sound so good, you feel like you got to buy it. There's a lot of those out there. Y'all watch out for those, by the way. Watch out for those silver tongue people that everything they say sounds real good, but they ain't saying it with no passion or no conviction, so it just sounds good, but you don't feel it. If there's a flag, and you need to hold your horses and not spend that money because you might not be getting exactly what you wanted to receive. You feel me? If you feel me, you feel me. But some people are like, man, something's different about you, though. Like everything you say sounds good too, but it's like I feel it. My hair stands up. It's like I feel connected to the words you're saying because I'm giving you my soul, man. I'm pouring my heart and soul out. I'm giving you real conviction. If you want to convert more, you got to focus on the conviction behind the message. Do you believe your product is really the solution to somebody's biggest problem? Do you believe your coaching? Do you believe your course, your consulting? Do you believe your shirt, your pants, your hat, your merch, your book, your podcast, your TV show, your vlog, your content, your music, your art? Do you believe that that's really medicine for the soul? Do you believe that's really connecting the dots for people? Do you really believe in your heart and your soul? If you did, you would sell it like you believe it. Some people don't like that I'm always talking with all this passion and purpose in public. I don't care if you like it or not. I'm going to tell people about what I'm on the planet to do because I'm on a mission and I'm going to do it with conviction. And I get hired so much by some people who never even heard me speak, but the opportunities are continuing to be abundant because of the way that I show up, the passion, the conviction. You got to find your power voice and you got to give that to the world. Once you do this, you have clarity over what it is that you're out here to do. You also want to be a speaker, you got to focus on relationships. Again, I'm talking speaker because this is my context. Relationships. Who do you know? Who do you know that has a stage? Who do you know that knows you and your character? Who do you know that will vouch for you? Who do you know that believes in you? Who do you know? Shout out to my man Isaac. He might be watching this. What's up, Isaac? Isaac's incredible. Isaac is the incredible man who found me with Air One. You see me rocking the bands. Air One's Dare to Dream, the program I'm working with, the radio station. He found me. Now, Isaac had heard me speak before. He heard me speak with some really big speakers on some really big stages virtually. But the people who Isaac had to go and vouch for me for had never heard me or heard of me. But they had to trust Isaac. So how did Isaac sell me and they didn't know me? It was his conviction and his belief that opened the door for me to walk through and show what God anointed me to do. You want people who know you, that are speaking about you in rooms that you're not in. That happens when you focus on relationships, not transactional relationships. Oh, if I give you this, then I'm gonna get this. If I do this for you, you're gonna do this for me. That's a transactional relationship. We're talking relational relationships where I understand there may be no immediate gain for me in this, but I'm just, because I believe in this relationship, because I believe in this, because I believe in the partnership, because I believe in what we're building, I'm going to lean into you and I'm going to build this relationship for me. And we're going to ride all the way to the moon together and it'll pay dividends when it's time to pay dividends. I will be very honest and transparent with you guys, even at this exact moment. I literally started this podcast with a hope and a dream and negative $10 in my bank account. But it was a heart of a human, a heart of a relationship to say, I want to do this. I don't know how to do this. Incredible producer Taylor knows how to do this, how to make it look and sound epic and amazing. $1 million podcast with negative $10 in my bank account. And at every point I'm feeling just bad. There was times where if you go back in the history of my podcast, you'll see some gaps. There's some seasons that are really consistent with a lot of episodes, and there's a couple seasons. Now, one season I just got super busy and I didn't prioritize it, and I talk about that in some episodes. But there was another season where I wasn't as consistent for no other reason than I didn't have anything to offer or to give to Taylor, and I didn't want to take his time from clients who could afford to pay him and he would be better suited gaining financially for he and his family, because he got a mouth to feed, multiple mouths to feed in his house. But at every time he was telling me, don't ever not come in. You don't make that assumption, because I understand, because the relationship is solidified. I understand that your trajectory is your trajectory and where you're going is where you're going. And because the relationship is built, I know that there's a purpose that's bigger than an immediate return of some dollars. And I also know that because of the relationship we built, when that purpose comes to full fruition and you are able, then you will take care of me the way I've taken care of you. And that's a relationship and that's an understanding. but that was built off of mutual trust and a relationship and care and compassion and friendship and brotherhood. Sometimes you need that on your way because some of y'all like, dang, man, how he know my story? I got negative $10 in my bank account. So I ain't got no money to start nothing. Okay. Start with what you have. Figure out what relationships you have and go from there. I know that there are a lot of you who maybe aren't speakers, but guess what? Relationships are equally as important. I don't care what vocation it is. If you're going to get your foot in any door, it starts with a relationship. And you need to be relational in your relationships, not transactional. Don't do something good for somebody just because of what you're going to get back in return. Do it understanding that I'm building a relationship that, of course, common sense says will pay dividends in due time. But the heart behind is because I'm doing this because I want to see you succeed. I'm reaching out. I built a lot of relationships with a lot of prominent people that have opened a lot of doors for me in the speaker world. And that has come literally just at a heart to just care, a heart to show up, a heart to serve, a heart to pour out, and a heart to build up. This is good stuff today, man. Maybe, I will continue this because this conversation for me to really just come work with me because this is just a quarter of session 1. I don't have the time to fully give you, we got to get crystal clear on your brand and we got to get crystal clear on your messaging. You got to master your message. Those two things are of the utmost importance if you're going to go out in the world and be successful in anything. Then you got to focus on building relationships, which will open doors. And then you got to focus on your credibility and your authority. So if you're going to be successful as a speaker, how do I master my brand? How do I master my message? How do I build life-giving, mutually equitable relationships? These are all major pillars. And how do I increase my credibility and my authority in the marketplace, which leads to more revenue, which leads to paid dividends? And if you don't know the answer to the how-to, there's courses, there's catalogs, there's coaches, there's consultants, but yours truly would be happy. Matter of fact, if y'all want me to, go flood one of the posts on my Instagram from this episode and just say course, say course, say course, say course, say course. Maybe I'll do a free webinar where we got more time and I'll really answer questions and unpack how you really get going, how you really gain margins. How do you master your message? How do I find my message? What do I say? What do I leave out? Where do I start? Where do I end? How do I do that in a compelling way that makes people want to lean into the story and support what I'm building? Because there is a story behind every mission on the planet. How do I focus on these relationships and building these mutually equitable relationships that help me get to the next level? How do I increase my credibility and my authority on the planet? You got questions, I got answers. So just say course on a post, but in the meantime, in between time, just be encouraged. I gave you some things to focus on. Go Google. If you don't want to rock with me, go Google it. I promise you, on Google, you will find information that will help you make it real. Don't sit by idle, though. Take action. You got to be proactive for your future. It's not going to happen if you're not willing to go and be an active participant in the future that you say that you want. Because a lot of people tell me I want it. I want it. But what they're really saying is I want to make money. I want a platform. I want to be in a magazine. I want attention. I want people to celebrate me. I want the cheers and applause. I want the stage. But you don't want the practice and the practice and the practice. You don't want the sitting in a mirror reading. You don't want the practice in daily affirmations. You don't want the research in events and how to find organizers and how to outreach. You don't want the work that comes with it. You just want the benefit. You want the fruit without ever going tilling the ground. And that's not gonna work. You gotta dig in. You gotta prepare yourself and you gotta work. You start with the pillars that I just gave you to focus on. You start building those out, fleshing those out, write the vision and make it plain so you can make your dream a reality. If you don't know how to make your dream a reality, holla at your boy. I'm happy to help you. But in the meantime, in between time, you got work to do. You got action to take. You got moves to make. And you got a dream to go make a reality. So you get up, get out, and take intentional action toward the dream and make it real. And you do it because you can. Straight like that. Vitalize.